Guys, welcome. Today is we're starting off episode 2 of the Pinball Post. We got some news for you, and we're going to kind of run through it and just see what you guys think. It's a big week for virtual pinball and real pinball, for that matter. So I'm going to start off with a story. Ann Arbor, Michigan. So I am in Detroit area. Ann Arbor, Michigan is hosting a Vintage Pinball World is actually doing a show they do about 3-4 times a year, and they have over 525 working, fully restored games. I decided to go. I did this last October, I believe it was, and it was absolutely fantastic. I played and played and played. I only went for the one day. I went on a Saturday, did the day pass. It's about $80. What an event this was. I think there's still tickets to go if you want to go out. And just the Sunday is sold out and the VIP package is sold out. But if you're willing to go, Saturday is 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The cost is $81. All $80 of that is paid at the door. Most people will probably just show up at this point and pay the price. The amount of pinball tables that are here and the classics and some of the tables here are absolutely amazing. I was able to see everything from the 60s and 70s, from needle type pinball tables that were just basically Plinko machines. I've seen so many machines I never knew existed. Absolutely amazing show. So if you're in the greater Detroit, Michigan area, or even within the Chicago area and willing to drive 3 or 4 hours, you're definitely going to get your money's worth. There are some amazing tables here. I played Bad Cats, and I played, they had the Playboy tables, and they had Independence Day, and they had the one I'm a huge fan of. If you watch my channel at all, I always talk about that on VPX. They have a whole wall of all the new Sterns and Jersey Jacks, and just an amazing number of pinball tables. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Attack from Mars, Revenge from Mars, the whole bit. Safe Cracker, Twilight Zone, anything you could possibly think of, they got it. Really cool show. So if you're in the area, definitely check that out for real pinball. Next up, we got lots of news from At Games. And so sadly, we don't get good, nice reports about this stuff. We just get stuff from their Facebook group. So here is Battletoads. So this was announced last Friday. Let's start that over. You can actually see the darn thing. So this is the first we've actually seen of Battletoads. We knew that it was supposed to come basically January or February 20th, and it didn't. We're still waiting for Killer Instinct. So curious to see what it is, but this looks fantastic. I thought it looked really, really good. Really excited for that one. Next up, we had our Flipper Friends event, which is currently going. This is week 4 of the HD tournament. So here's the tables. I do Flipper Friends streams on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock. Basically a Saturday morning cartoon type of theme. So we covered a lot of these games. And we also cover the 4K as well. Here's the winners from last week. So if you're interested in that, obviously Scarecrow actually won last week. It was pretty cool. Here's the tables for the 4K, or the winners for the 4K. The tariff pricing and the sale for the Legends Ultimate CE is actually over. So this was done as of yesterday. And then today we got the announcement of Earth, Wind, and Fire. So this is a Zaccaria table that came out maybe a month ago on Steam. And the HD version is going to cost $6, so it's gone up $1. And the 4K version is still listed as $7 for the 4K. So that gives us some insight into maybe how they're going to do their pricing structure, at least for Magic Pixel titles. So curious to see. You can see the definition here. The 4K is definitely a little cleaner, but not by much. I mean, they both look really, really good. I played this quite a bit on Steam. I bought it for, I think, $250, I believe it was. It's a really fun game. I'm really looking forward to seeing what your guys' thoughts on it. It's going to be really good. All right, next up, this is a big one here. Theater of Magic for $5 comes tomorrow. At probably noon Eastern time is when we typically see these. Theater of Magic is an amazing game. It's a very high scoring game. A lot of fun. Can't wait to play this. I've been playing this quite a bit on Steam and on mobile. So if you have Zen Pinball World, you can play it for free. Check it out, see what you think. The physics are exactly the same as this, so it's really, really cool and cool to try out, especially if you have a wireless phone controller or something like that you can play it with. Um, so yeah, really awesome game. Really looking forward to this one. Again, high scoring, really cool game. All right. Next up, the Flipper Friends event. So if you wanted to see where you're at, I've had a lot of questions about how do I look for the current scores. So if you go to ArcadeNet and go to leaderboards and you just click on schedule, it'll show you the current schedule of all the different Flipper Friends tournaments and games. But getting to the actual scores that are current is a little tricky. So I thought it was going to be tricky anyway, and I've had a lot of questions about it, so I feel like I'm going to cover it here. I know I've covered it on my channel before, but if you're looking for the 4K scores, here's the 4K, and if you're looking for HD, they're here. So it's just a matter of which one you have active. So in this case, I'll do 4K, and if you go to View High Score, it'll show here, but if you come down here and you click Top 50, it's going to take you away from the current scores. It's just going to show you the all-time scores. You need to actually click here where it says Top 50 scores, and it'll take you to what the current scores are for this particular tournament. So in this case, we got El Dorado, Black Belt, and then you click here, Stars Phoenix. I'm currently 8th, which is good. Jurassic Park, Pinball Mayhem, I've actually dropped all the way to 14th. Okay. And then E.T., which I'm currently 4th. I had a really good game, and at the time I was 2nd until Scola Joe and Tomato Grass came out of the woodwork, so they came back and played. So anyway, that is how you do it. I know it's something that gets lost really easily, and people have a hard time finding it, so I wanted to at least cover it a little bit. Next up, the Pinball Tournament Leaderboard. Now, this is something a lot of people have not seen this yet, and it came up in a Facebook post last week. This guy, his name is Mike. He created a way to look at the rankings of all of the pinball tables from the Flipper Friends event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this post here, and this is just a website that's been created. You can come in here, you put in your user ID, and you put in the tournament that is current. So in this case, it's 998 for this week. And you can actually get those numbers from here. So it actually says 999. So you can actually jump from which ones to which ones you want to see. So in that case, we can go 999. There we go. And you can actually look at the scores that you have for each table in a really nice, clean way. And then it gives you overall rankings for the entire tournament for your particular title. And in this case, I'm 8th right now, which is really awesome. I've actually been slipping backwards because I was much better earlier in the week. But I have 2 tables now that I'm 25th on Black Belt and El Dorado. So I know I need to really work on those tables. And this is just a really nice way to do it. So definitely get yourself a bookmark for this and check it out. It's really good. It updates every week. Basically, just punch in the new tournament viewer, and then you're good to go. Really cool way to access the information. Kind of surprised Ad Games hasn't done this yet, and we really hope they do. But really cool. All right, next up, International Flipper Friends. So this is a little deceiving. So we know the rankings are kind of what they are. It says the rankings of April 29th are being tabulated, but at the same time, they really haven't, because, for example, I was 24th as of a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago or so, maybe 10 days. I've actually slipped down to 25th, but if you click on here, all of my scores from the last week's tournament are still not active here. So it's a little deceiving. It says that as of April 17th, so it doesn't have the tournament scores from last week, which would have been the 23rd. So I'm a little curious if they're going to do this bi-weekly or weekly. It looks like here they did it weekly, so I'm a little confused as to how they're doing it. They don't seem to be refreshing as fast as I expected, and being that that was the first week that they started this, I thought that they would be a little more on the ball on that, but it really hasn't happened. So at any rate, kind of curious to see how that goes. And lastly, VPX. So VPX has been a hot topic really this last couple of weeks. I've been starting to do wizard drops on Wednesdays. And so I will pull up a picture real quick. All right, so this is a picture I did on my stream last night of the wizard tables that are available. Oops, sorry about that. So here we are from Ominous OC. This was on last Wednesday. These are all the 23 tables that actually came out. I actually covered 14 of them on my stream last night if you're interested. But I'm going to start doing a kind of a semi-weekly drop. Whenever they do these Wizard releases, I'm going to pick several of the games, probably a good portion of them, and I'm going to do a stream to kind of show you guys the tables. So in this case, this was last week. I did this one yesterday because I hadn't really started to do it up until this point. I will be closer to release next time, but this was a 13-ball multi-ball that we had on Apollo 13, which is pretty cool. If you had never seen it, I was lucky enough. It was the first game right out the gate, and I was lucky enough to be able to unlock this really cool multi-ball. So anyway, these games are going to be taking place. I'm going to make sure to try to do them whenever they do a drop. I'll try to download a good number of the games and just show you what they look like, how they play. I'll try to always make sure to have the FPS counter in the bottom left so you can see how they're performing. And really excited for it. So just another opportunity to see what's going on in the pinball world. And I guess that's it for the pinball post for this week. Welcome to the channel again. If you're interested, you can jump into my Discord up above. We talk about this stuff all the time. I do all kinds of posts about VPX, different tables that I'm playing and downloading, and really we talk about everything from real pinball machines to Magic Pixel releases, the whole bit. So at any rate, thank you so much for coming, and we will see you on the leaderboards, guys.